YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, episode 13 of our Road to Regionals series here, where I learn the VGC 2017 format and ultimately compete in St. Louis on March 4th. Now, I did bring out a new team on the last episode, so definitely check that out if you want a full team builder. I have made some slight tweaks to it. I dropped Ninetales out of it, added Porygon2, pretty much the same P2 I've been running, but I took Trick Room off and went with Toxic because I felt like it would help me deal with Garchomp and it also helped me deal with some bulkier Pokemon like Arcanine. And then I dropped Ninetales, or Muk, I'm sorry, for Kartana, and I made some other tweaks. So Kartana's holding a Focus Sash, and it's got Detect and a couple other offensive moves. I've got Tapu Koko now has Thunder instead of Thunderbolt, because a lot of people were like, hey, you should run Thunder, and I was running Dual Weather before, and I didn't want to be too reliant on the rain, but now I feel like it could be kind of cool to run Thunder, so I'm gonna give it a try. I mean, at the end of the day, this series should be about us learning and trying new things. I think I've been trying to stick a little too cookie cutter initially, and that's not really my style anyway, so we're gonna mix it up a little bit. So we got Thunder. I also put Dazzling Gleam over Grass Knot again since I added Kartana, and I have a Damp Rock on our Pelipper now since the Sash is on Kartana. So pretty simple stuff there, some quick changes. Of course, the team's in the description, so you can check that out. Definitely hit that like button if you're enjoying this series, guys. Hitting that like button helps out a ton. It lets people know that you like the video, and you know, maybe someone else will find Road to Regionals and they'll be inspired to play VGC as well. And last but not least, we got our question of the day today. Pokebank is out. This is your PSA that Pokebank is officially out. You just go to the eShop and download the update. There's a lot more information regarding transfers and stuff like that, but that's the gist. I'm sure you can find the details you need to find. What Pokemon are you most excited to transfer in from your old games? Maybe it was a shiny that you caught, maybe it's something you trained up and you're super hyped to get it in Sun and Moon. Now obviously Pokebank doesn't affect this series very much, because the only thing that can change is a couple Pokemon have a couple different egg moves that they have access to now that they couldn't get previously, but otherwise pretty much the same stuff, so not really a big deal with VGC. But for me, I have a couple really cool shinies that I value and I'm excited to put them in Sun and Moon, but they may stay in Pokebank. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do just yet, but we'll see. So let me know in the comment section below, and let's jump into our first battle here. We're gonna hop into the championship battle. I'm excited to see how these tweaks kind of play off. I really want to see Thunder on Tapu Koko. I think that's going to be kind of fun, and I like Ninetales, but I did realize that Ninetales really needs that Sash. I'm going to see just how much Pelipper needs that Sash today. I should also re-EV train my Golduck and Pelipper and stuff, but I'm not really too concerned about that, so we'll definitely do all that. We do need to do some of those adjustments, but again, like, I'm not too concerned because I know that my Pokemon aren't going to be flawless in this. Like, they're not going to be, you know, super duper perfect, because again, these are just me practicing. These are just, you know, I am training at the teams myself, so I do have some limitations there in terms of time. But you know, when all is said and done, when we get about 2 weeks away from St. Louis, I'll be really hitting it hard and trying to finalize a team and ensuring that we have, you know, a steady squad that I'm ready to rock with for the tournament. And who knows, maybe I'll change it last minute. I don't know. This is the first time I'm doing something like this, so I guess we'll just see how it goes. But it looks like no one wants to battle me this morning. Yep, it's super early for me. This is actually way earlier than I normally record, but we've got Blake from Australia, so that definitely fits with our time zones here. He's got a Magnezone. I haven't seen a team like this in a while. Salamence. Is this, wait, hold on. Is this Wolf Glick's team? I'm pretty sure this is like Wolf's team from one of the events. Like, I'm pretty sure it's exactly Wolf's team from one of the events. Now that Bulu is a bit scary, which leads me to not really want to run Double Weather right off the bat because of the Bulu, and obviously that Magnezone could be quite problematic. But at the same time, like, what is he gonna do if I hit him with a Hurricane? So, and an Ice Beam. I guess I could hit him pretty hard with those two moves. I am a little scared about Bulu, but let's go with, let's just lead Double Duck and see what happens, man. And then I think I wanna get Kartana in the back. Or Bulu. I like Kartana more because it can take the poison hits from the Muk. I do like P2. P2 actually could put in some work in this game because I could definitely poison a couple of his bulkier Pokemon. Maybe I should bring P2 in the back. And then in terms of something else, I mean, I'm a little concerned about that Magnezone. I do kind of like Koko, because if I get the rain up, then I can fire off some Thunders, and that's really going to hurt his team. Let's bring Koko. Do I have an answer to the Magnezone, though, if I do this? I mean, I guess the Magnezone is going to be a problem either way, but we'll make it work. I feel like we can make it work. I think I just get destroyed by Magnezone, but let's try it anyway. Let's see how it goes. I think this is like the team that Wolf brought with like Politoed with Perish Song. The Bulu is like Sub Protect. Leech Seed, Horn Leech, or something like that. The Magnezone is Sub Protect as well. The Salamence is Devastating Drake with Flamethrower. I think this is the same team. So yeah, I guess that's just how things go sometimes. It might not be, but he's gonna leave P2 Muk, which is totally fine by me. Very likely that he does have like Thunderbolt on his Porygon2. Now I could choose to like kind of double into that thing and try to eliminate the P2 as an issue, but I don't know if Scald plus Hydro Vortex is gonna do enough to the P2. I kind of want to find out though. Like I'm definitely interested because I doubt he's gonna have Protect on it. So I'm kind of thinking I want to just go Hydro Vortex into the P2 in the rain and also Scald into it and just try to hit that thing as hard as possible. Because really the Muk, like the worst the Muk does is either knock off or Poison Jab into something, and I don't really think that that's a big deal. Whereas if I can get rid of the P2, that eliminates a huge threat for the kind of the back end of my team. So let's actually try that. I don't know whether it lives or not. I guess we'll find out in a second. I'm definitely not expecting a Protect from him. So we're gonna definitely get off this Waterium Z, Rain Boosted, Modest, and then we got a Modest Rain Boosted Scald, both headed towards that Porygon2. So this will be interesting to see whether it knocks it out. I think with proper investment, max HP and like 168 plus Spadef nature, it doesn't do enough, but I'm curious to see what happens. I guess we'll find out. I mean, P2 is incredibly bulky. You're gonna see that does a good amount of damage. Whether it's gonna be enough with the Scald, I don't know, because he's probably got T-Bolt, and it looks like it's just shy, and here comes a Poison Jab into the Golduck slot, I'm assuming. Yeah, into the Golduck slot, which we eat. And he does get the poison, definitely a bummer, and I'm sure a T-Bolt's coming into the Pelipper. No, he's actually gonna set Trick Room. Very surprised to see the Trick Room there. I guess I wasn't expecting that, if I'm being totally honest. But I guess I should have expected it. I don't know, I guess it wasn't that big of a surprise that he ran Trick Room. I think what I wanna do here is I'm a little concerned of that Muk kind of trying to set up on me. So I kind of want to double Protect here to stall out turns of Trick Room, because really, like, all he's gonna do is probably target me with the like a T-Bolt into the Pelipper slot. Actually, I think I'm gonna just yeah, I'm gonna double Protect here. I'm a little worried about that Muk like going for a knockoff into my Porygon, and that's what I don't want to have happen because that'll really reduce our longevity. But let's just go for the double Protect this turn and kind of see what he wants to do, and also stall out a turn of Trick Room in the meantime. Yeah, and kind of see, like I said, what he wants to do, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna have T-Bolt on his P2. We saw the Trick Room, he's probably got Recover, and then let's see. So Recover was actually the play he went for, so that's kind of a bummer on our end because I could have really put some damage on that thing. That's gonna just make it a little harder to deal with. And he just knockoffs into the Pelipper slot, so not a big deal there. Now Golduck's obviously in a bit of a scary situation here. I'm gonna switch Golduck out into our Porygon slot here because I think Golduck still has some usefulness. I'm actually gonna fire off a Scald into the Muk slot and hope for the burn. And if he doesn't target double into Pelipper, then we can live a knockoff. So all he's gonna do is knock off the Damp Rock, which isn't really a big deal. But the fact that he got Trick Room up is gonna be very hard for us to deal with because I didn't use Taunt Koko. But let's see, I kinda wanna keep Golduck around just because I think it could still be effective in rain. And then we're gonna go into P2 here. And as long as he doesn't knock off into the P2 slot, that's gonna be nice. We get an attack boost. And here comes an Ice Beam into the Pelipper slot. And that does a lot of damage, my goodness. And he's gonna Poison Jab into the Golduck slot, which is great. He goes into the P2. I do get a Scald off here, which is wonderful because that is gonna do a tremendous amount to the Muk. Do I score a burn? I don't. It would have been really nice to get a burn there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Toxic his Porygon2. I understand that makes me susceptible for him to, you know, really hit, whatchamacallit, that I think he's gonna knock off into the P2 slot, and I think he's gonna Ice Beam with the Porygon into the other slot, but I don't wanna go into Koko here, so I think I just simply Protect Pelipper. How many turns of Trick Room has there been? Let's take a look. He's got 2 turns left of Trick Room. So I'm actually gonna go on the offensive with Pelipper. I think I'm gonna Scald into the Muk slot again, and if he decides to Ice Beam into the P2, that's fine. And he'll knock out our Pelipper. But I'm gonna get the Toxic off into his Duck. I am slowest because I am a Trick Room variant, even though I don't have Trick Room. And that should hopefully wear down this Porygon2. He probably doesn't have T-Bolt on it. He's gonna Ice Beam, and he does indeed target the Pelipper slot, so that's gonna be enough to knock us out. Yeah, that did a lot. I wonder if he's like kind of offensive. And here comes the knockoff, which is a bummer because I knew the knockoff was coming, but at the same time, I felt like getting off that Toxic onto the P2 was gonna be really beneficial to me. So now I gotta figure out how I can deal with the fact that he has Trick Room. I do like going into Tapu Koko here because I could fire off some Thunders and really kind of threaten him that way. But I need to protect the first turn anyway. The problem is that Muk is kind of an issue. We're gonna get the Electric Terrain up. I think I basically need to recover P2. And yeah, this is tough because I don't want to allow his Porygon to set up on me either. And I know a Thunder will knock out the Muk at this point in time. I should still have a few turns of Rain. Yeah, I got 4 turns of Rain left, so we have plenty of Rain left. I kind of want to go for the T-Bolt into the Muk, but I think that's going to activate his thing. So I'm actually going to T-Bolt to the Porygon2, and I'm going to protect... I do have Taunt on Koko, so I could Taunt, but I'm going to protect Koko just to stall the Trick Room, and then on the following turn, I'll be able to fire off a Thunder into something and hopefully pick up a kill. So I'm hoping that Thunderbolt into the P2 plus Toxic damage will be enough to knock out the P2, and I'm thinking that the Muk is going to Poison Jab into the Koko slot here. So we do get the Thunderbolt off, which does put him into a pretty good range, but he is going to be able to get the Recover off here, so kind of a bummer there, and I don't want to deal with another round of Trick Room because that could be very problematic. And he does go for the Poison Jab into the Porygon slot, so he definitely predicted my Protect there, and I guess that was kind of obvious, and this dude is just scoring poisons all day here. Trick Room is going to end, and I can definitely knock out the Muk now, but with a Thunder, but the problem is he's going to be able to set Trick Room again. I'm going to go for the, I'm going to actually need to go for the Recover here on P2, and then I'm going to go for the Thunder. If he sets Trick Room again, I think I just lose though, but I can't allow Koko to take a Poison Jab from the Muk because then I lose. So I have to Thunder into the Muk, I think, which is kind of a bummer because he might just protect Muk here. He doesn't, so we are going to connect a Thunder. Which is gonna look awesome. I mean, just the animation alone, totally worth it. We're gonna get rid of the Muk here. If he sets Trick Room again, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble, which I think he's going to. It makes the most sense to me, but we are gonna get a Recover off. Yeah, he went for Trick Room because he would have been faster than my P2. So now we gotta deal with Trick Room again, which is gonna be tough. I don't know how we get around this, to be honest, and it really depends on what his last Pokemon are too. Obviously being poisoned is kind of annoying. We don't have our Eviolite anymore. I do have a Golduck in the back, but the rain is wearing away. His P2 is getting kind of ruined here. What is his other Pokemon? He might have, I feel like he's got Magnezone in the back, which kind of just like destroys me. Like, I don't think I can even touch Magnezone. I mean, I can go in Golduck. Yeah, here comes the Magnezone. So not a whole lot I could do against Magnezone. I still have a few turns left of rain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for the Recover with P2, and then I think I'm just gonna go for a Thunder into the Porygon2 slot, and he's gonna like probably double into me, but I don't really think there's anything I could do about it because I can't really beat the Magnezone unless Golduck comes in and Scalds, and even so Trick Room's up. So let's just do that. I think this is gonna be a tough one though. Like I didn't need to, I had to counter the Trick Room somehow, but I wasn't able to do that. But anyway, we're gonna get the Recover off here. Yeah, this is really not the best situation to be in because he's got Tri-Attack, and if he goes into the Koko, no, he actually goes into P2. He's gonna T-Bolt into the P2, so he's just really going after Porygon. We're gonna live it, but only on a little bit. We died of poison after this, so Recover was not a good play. But we do get the Thunder off and almost kill the Porygon, but we are gonna pick up the kill there with the, you know, with kind of the Toxic Poison. The problem here is we have a Golduck in Rain under Trick Room. If you eliminate the Trick Room, we wouldn't be in the worst situation in the world, but now we're just in a bad situation. I do still have, I think, one more turn of Rain though, maybe one more turn here. I just tried to select Golduck, there we go. Yeah, I don't know how we win this one. I can Hydro Pump into the Magnezone in case he doesn't attack Golduck, but like here comes Salamence, so that is not what I was hoping for. He is gonna get the Intimidate off. I could Ice Beam, but again, this is the struggle. I'm in Trick Room right now, so there's not a whole lot I can do. I've got one turn of Rain and 3 turns of Trick Room, so I mean, really, all I can do here is I can protect Golduck and Thunder into the Salamence slot and hope to get a cheeky Para. I mean, I think that's my play. But if he doubles into Koko here, I just lose anyway. So I hope he just targets Golduck here and we can get a Thunder off into Salamence, maybe get a Para, and somehow stall this Trick Room. I mean, we're poisoned, so this is kind of tough here. Maybe Golduck will be faster than Salamence after Trick Room. I don't know. So here comes the Flash Cannon. He does target the Tapu. We may live this on a tiny sliver, and we are gonna live on 19. Salamence goes to the Flamethrower though, which is what I figured he was gonna do. And even in rain, this is definitely gonna knock us out. So, I mean, the only thing I could have done there is actually had I went Protect Koko, Hydro Pump into Magnezone, then we might have had a chance, because then I could have potentially knocked out the Magnezone at that point in time. And yeah, so what we learned from this match is don't make those super obvious plays, because this guy like read me like a book for real. Like, he knew that he was in the driver's seat, and he knew that he basically just needed to kind of target into the Koko slot there, because he knew that Koko had to put in the offense. But here comes, I mean, if he misses Draco Meteor, that'd be cool. We're actually faster than the Salamence, and we are gonna connect an Ice Beam here. So we at least get rid of the Salamence. But I need a crit Hydro Pump to do enough here and not to die to poison. And we live on 4, so we need a crit Hydro Pump, guys, but we're not in rain, so I don't think it's gonna be enough. We're gonna try it though. We're gonna find out in a second. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be enough though. This would be the greatest comeback in the entire world. If I wasn't poison, I could Encore him into Protect, and then we would have won. But that poison for the Muk is gonna come back and haunt us. I wonder if he double protects. No, he's actually faster in T-Bolt. So, okay, I guess it doesn't matter. Wait, why? Oh, wait, why is he faster? I'm very confused. He must be max speed timid. No, Trick Room's still up. Trick Room's still up. Okay. Well, that explains it. That's why Golduck was faster than Salamence. Got it. I was so confused for a second there. So, we do take a loss. Definitely not a fun loss to take. I gotta give this guy props, though. He really was able to take advantage of Trick Room. I did not do a good job stopping Trick Room first and foremost, and I let him set it up a second time. And then at the end there, I just made way too many obvious plays that my opponent was able to read. And that's really the struggle that I'm kind of going through, is dealing with trying not to make those super obvious plays. But also trying to make the best play. And I think that that's the thing I'm having the hardest time with so far in VGC, is like, I know what the Pokemon do. Like, I know what the Pokemon movesets are, I know what they're running, I know all that stuff. Generally, like, I have an understanding of it now, but it's the trying to make the predictions and figuring out, like, I think what I need to do is I need to start considering what my opponent thinks my best play is gonna be, and then not do that. Maybe that's what I need to do, I don't know. Whatever I think is the right play, we won't do that anymore. We'll do the second best play. I don't know, man. Unless we're in the driver's seat, but when we're sitting on the back foot, or sitting on our back foot, whatever it's called, we need to make sure we're making some better plays, like some more less predictable plays right there. Because like at the end, when he doubled into Koko with Flamethrower, Flash Cannon, if I protected Koko and Ice Beamed or Hydro Pumped Golduck into Magnezone, we could have knocked out the Magnezone, and then had Golduck and Salamence, or Golduck and Koko versus Salamence, and that could have been a totally different game. So anyway, this guy's got the Talonflame here. Garchomp, Koko, Aerodactyl. He's got the Marowak and Celesteela. So I'm just gonna bring Double Duck. I know I keep bringing that, but it just seems like a good idea. And I'm also going to bring P2, I think. I think P2 can actually put in some work, especially considering how bulky it is. And then I think I want to bring Koko myself, because he does have a few weaknesses to Koko. I mean, he does have the Marowak, but if you want to bring Marowak right now, bro, against a double, like a rain team, I mean, that's fine with me. I have the Thunder, dude, so we're gonna bring the Thunder. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what this person's got on their team. She's dancing. Let's see if we can pick up a W, man. I don't want to lose again. We keep losing. This Double Duck team is not done well. I did well with Trick Room, and then now trying something different, I'm kind of failing. But I do like the Trick Room. So here's Garchomp Koko, which is fine by me. I mean, the Koko obviously is a big threat, because it's gonna probably target into one of my threats here. But I think all I do is simply Hydro Vortex into the Koko, just so I don't miss, because that would be the scary part, is if I miss, and he's actually got an air balloon. I think I just Hydro Vortex in the Koko slot, and then protect with the Pelipper slot. Yeah, or I can actually just, I mean, he could, I don't think he scarfed Koko, that'd be weird. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna Hydro Vortex into the Koko slot, and I'm actually gonna Scald into the Garchomp slot, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Scald into the Garchomp. I don't think he's gonna, because like Golduck's gonna be faster than Koko, knock out the Koko, so if he protects Koko, at least I get some damage off of the Garchomp, because unless he like Rock Slides, even Rock Slide I don't think will kill Pelipper, so. let's try this out, because he's obviously going to try to Earthquake here. He's obviously got like an Earthquake Garchomp, because he's got the Air Balloon Koko, which is kind of weird. So, but we're just going to fire this off, because I don't really think he has any great switch-ins. I mean, he had like Celesteela and Marowak in the back. Yeah, I don't think he's got the greatest switch-ins to this. So I'm curious to see what he ends up doing here. He goes Protect Garchomp. Totally fine by me. And we are gonna get the Hydro Vortex off, so we know it's not Sash Koko either, so this Koko's going down. The only way this turn would have been better is if I had Tailwinded with Pelipper, which I did think of doing. I did debate on Tailwinding, but I felt like getting off some damage onto the Garchomp, maybe 50%, and the burn chance was way worth it. Especially considering I think I'm gonna be faster than most of his team anyway with like Koko and stuff. Especially since if he had Aerodactyl, I feel like he would have led with it. Oh, and he had Aerodactyl and Talonflame, so it's pretty interesting stuff. But we do take down his Tapu Koko. Skull goes off into the Garchomp slot. Doesn't matter. The nice thing is he doesn't know who I targeted there, but let's see what he's gonna go into. I mean, Golduck really just destroys everything. Here comes Celesteela, and like same kind of situation. I could easily just just destroy the Celesteela, but I kind of want to get rid of this Garchomp because it can be a big threat to my team, and I do have a Koko in the back. So I'm actually gonna Ice Beam into Chomp here, and I'm going to Scald into the Chomp on the off chance that Ice Beam doesn't do enough. That way I get rid of this Garchomp on this turn. He's gonna switch out. So he's gonna go into Talonflame, which is totally fine by me because we are gonna get rid of the Talonflame on this turn. And that is gonna leave him with a Celesteela sitting in front of us, but really the worst he's gonna do, I think, is probably Leech Seed. And Scald comes off and does knock out the Talonflame. So doubling into the Garchomp was the right play there because I figured the Ice Beam would knock out the Garchomp anyway if he stayed in, and then Scald would be redirected to the Celesteela. So it seemed like a pretty safe play. But he's got the Giga Drain on his Celesteela, and that's gonna do a tremendous amount of damage to our Golduck here. A little bit scary, but that's not too big of a deal. This seems to probably be like an Assault Vest variant, and here comes the Garchomp again. So he's probably gonna fire off an Earthquake. So I think what I do here is simply just protect Golduck, and then I'm just going to fire off a Scald into the Garchomp slot. He could protect with Garchomp, just to scout out the turn. He actually very well will likely protect Garchomp. I think I'm gonna Scald into the Celesteela slot, because I feel like the chances that he protects with Garchomp is a little higher, and getting a burn off on Celesteela could be really beneficial. So let's do that. I think he's gonna protect Garchomp here and try to stall out Rain. Because I could just Ice Beam him and knock him out. So let's see what he does. He goes for the Rock Slide actually, which is very interesting. He misses the Pelipper though. I'm surprised that he didn't try to, whatchamacallit, I never get burns. That's interesting. I'm very surprised that he didn't try to do something different there, but that's okay. So what I can do actually is I feel like if I think he's AV Celesteela. He just seems to want a Giga Drain here. I can Ice Beam Scald into Celesteela and knock it out, and then I don't risk the Hydro Pump miss. Because if he protects Garchomp here, which is what he might do, predicting an Ice Beam, we at least get rid of that thing. So let's do that. Let's Ice Beam plus Scald into the Celesteela slot. I guess the problem is if he Rock Slide flinches us, which could be a thing. Let's Hydro Pump. I don't think I'll miss it. I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump into the Celesteela and the Scald into the Celesteela. And if the Hydro Pump isn't enough, then it'll connect on the Garchomp. And we do connect it. I think this will actually just knock it out. And it does. Cool. So our Scald is going to go off into the Garchomp slot. And if he does go for the Rock Slide, he'll knock out the Golduck, but it's not really a big deal. I do have... oh, he actually doesn't knock out the Golduck, and that's going to secure the win. Because Scald comes off here. We do have Ice Beam, and Scald is going to get the burn this time. No, never getting a burn. All right, well... we got that going for us. We're gonna Ice Beam and Scald here and call this a match, ladies and gentlemen. I will take that. Throw the pen down on that one, man. He's gonna forfeit. I don't blame him. That was a good game there. So that was a game where the Double Duck just really put on the pressure, and it's very clear that this team can be incredibly effective, but it seems like there's a lot of counters to it, and it seems like my build for it isn't exactly right yet, which is fine. We're gonna make some tweaks and hopefully improve it, and hopefully, you know, make the team better and learn how to use it better, and so on and so forth. But I'll take it, man. We win a match, we lose a match, can't win them all. We're doing okay, guys. We're doing okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button down below. As always, let me know your thoughts. Pokebang is now out. What Pokemon are you most excited to transfer in? I've got some great guests coming up in the next few episodes, guys. I'll probably have a few more episodes, and then I should be teaming up with Cybertron again. And then we've got we've got a couple other people, so I've got some really cool guests coming up. So get excited for that. That's gonna be that for me, guys. My name is Dan. I'll ask about aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.